Thanks to smartphones, members of the public who find themselves caught up in traumatic news stories are able to record what's happening. What's the best way of using what they've recorded? Our technology correspondent, RoryCathlin-Jones.com, reports.
In a pub near London Bridge, police shout at customers to keep their heads down. Just one of many videos filmed by the public during May's terror attack. When something like this happens, many share their videos on social networks or with media organisations like the BBC. Mark Frankel is the BBC's social media editor.
Well, in a major terrorist incident, we will get upwards of 20, 30 videos in the course of an hour. In some instances, they'll come in a variety of forms. So some of them will be sent to us via WhatsApp. We have a dedicated WhatsApp number that we use for stories like this. Some of them will come directly in email form to the BBC. The file size is the issue here because people can't send very much via email.
But after London Bridge and other terror attacks, the police have urged the public to send video evidence to them rather than put it on Facebook or give it to media organisations. The question is how?
Self-Evident is a free app available for Apple, Android and smartphone devices. It gives you a choice to report non-emergency crime for free wherever you are.
One answer is Self-Evident, an app created by a charity called Witness Confident, whose chief executive is Guy Dane.
It allows you to record evidence, so that's video, audio and photographic evidence, which is separately validated and therefore can be used by the Crown Prosecution Service and in courts. It allows you to record a video statement describing what it is that's happened so you can catch the emotion of the incident.
The Self-Evident app has been adopted by police officers in London and Sussex and used to provide evidence in domestic abuse, street violence and dangerous driving cases. The Sussex Chief Constable Giles York, who also speaks for the National Police Chiefs Council on digital matters, explains how his force is using the app.
The Self-Evident app is a good way for the public to be able to capture their thoughts early on and submit it in a coherent way into policing. The way it works in Sussex, if a member of the public uses it, is it will send us an email to say that somebody has reported an incident using Self-Evident, and then one of my operators can log onto the website to be able to look at all the information associated with that report.
But the app, which has been around for 4 years, has received little publicity from other police forces. In London, the Metropolitan Police didn't seem keen to talk about it. But Guy Dane says individual officers are enthusiastic.
Detectives saying it's a huge game changer, that it will mean that they will save hours in trying to collect evidence. The frontline officers saying it will make victims and witnesses more confident in the way the police are dealing with them. So there's definitely a lot of enthusiasm among the officers out who deal with the public.
Why then does there not seem to be that enthusiasm amongst the police leadership?
I genuinely don't know. I mean, it's possible it's simply a question of not invented here.
Last year, the then Home Secretary Theresa May called on the police to adapt more rapidly to the smartphone era.
Citizens increasingly capture what is going on around them, on video, generating potential evidence of crimes. Policing has not yet caught up. The most common means of contacting the police remains the telephone. Police forces must follow the example of banks and retailers and do more to connect with citizens who increasingly have their lives online and live their lives online.
It's still pretty hard to work out how to hand over your smartphone video to the police. But Chief Constable Giles York says various forces are now making it easier.
In South Wales Police, you can submit that data online, absolutely, when there's a significant incident. In Sussex, tragically, as long as 2 years ago, we had the awful Shoreham air crash. And as a result of that, we were very easily able to get 600 to 700 pieces of either video or photographs from the public into the investigation. So it may not always appear completely straightforward, but there is always a way of doing it.
Thursdays PM, the time is 5:33.